police wild. Hey, what you gonna do when they come for your child? Well, you stand my good wood, stand for this child. I don't mean kill, I mean just stand. I don't mean kill, I mean just stand. Yeah. I don't mean I mean, just stand. Hey, what you gonna do when I come for your brother? Will you stand like a bull? Stand for his brother. Hey, what you gonna do when I come for your best friend? Will you stand like a bull? Stand for his best friend. I don't mean kill, I mean just stand. 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 Hey, what you gonna do when they come for your wife? Will you stand like a bull? Stand for his wife. Hey, what you gonna do when they come for your child? Will you stand like a bull? Stand for his child. Hey, what you gonna do when they come for your brother? Will you stand like a bull? Stand for his brother. Hey, what you gonna do when they come for your best friend? Will you stand like a bull? Stand for his best friend. I don't mean kill, I mean just stand. I don't mean kill, I mean just stand. I don't mean kill, I mean just stand. I don't mean kill, I mean just
Join the debate, join the discussion, share your voice, share your opinion, swallow your ego, expand your mind. DPA open mic, free speech zone. DPA open mic, we are live. DPA open mic, we are live. Don't hold back, 'cause here we go. Let's go, let's go. We are live. Space. Let's go. We are live. DPA open mic. We are live. We are live. We are live.
We are live. Welcome to DPA Open Mic episode 145, The Turning Point World, where Charlie Kirk's assassination has basically dominated the headlines for almost the entire week. And again, nothing can go right for Zelensky because the drone incursion into Poland was such a big thing. It's like, NATO is under attack, and then Charlie Kirk have to die. So I do not know what Zelensky need to do to get attention from the media back. And not to mention, Israel has launched yet another offensive inside Gaza City. I don't even know who are they fighting right now. Like, is there really that many Hamas fighters to really fight? I don't really understand it. It makes zero sense to me. And yeah, and of course, the fallout that comes after Charlie Kirk's assassination, a lot of cancel culture are coming out from the right, and yeah, I've done a video on that. So anyway, so I just want to explain a bit on the situation right now with the DPA Open Mic channel. So the original Open Mic channel is now known as DPA Open Mic Archived. The main reason is because the DPA Open Mic channel is demonetized. And over a short, one of the shorts that I uploaded, there is nothing controversial about it. It was talking about how the Arab states need to play ball with United States, and and then they get prosperous by playing ball with United States. However, it got striked. It got a community strike. The channel got a strike, and then it got demonetized. And it was claimed that there is no a promotion of terrorism and a criminal organization. I was like, what the hell is he talking about? I didn't even talk about like Hamas or whatnot. It took me a while to realize that it's actually Vaughn's Wagner flag behind him. Yeah, so Wagner private military contractors is very, very sensitive a topic on YouTube. And History Legends have his entire Russian channel terminated, totally deleted by YouTube, because he posted a video talking about the Wagner private military contractors, and that video caused the whole channel to be terminated. So for DPA's case on the open mic, just because that one shot, 30-second video, the whole channel got demonetized. The wasting thousands of hours and hundreds of live streams effort. So YouTube, what the fuck, man, YouTube. So and there is no recourse. So there's no way to talk because big tech is big tech. They are still as asshole as ever. So, and then the problem is, as you guys all know, as the regulars, Vaughn have Wagner flags behind him for more than a year, for years now, for 2 years. So it becomes untenable, because there's no point if we as a community continue to invest in the original open mic channel, when because of all this history of the Wagner flag behind Vaughn, anytime the channel can be terminated, or it can be demonetized again, even if it get monetized 90 days after the initial strike. And there is no guarantee that after 90 days they will go to monetize the channel, because I can apply for it, they don't agree to monetize it. So the solution was originally to just not do open mic for 3 months. I was thinking about that or whatnot. Then I think that it's after I remembered that that the whole channel is full of Wagner flags because of Vaughn. I realized that it's just not tenable to wait. So I decided to create a new channel. So this is the DPA Open Mic New, the @DPA Open Mic New. I will wait for the time, like 2 weeks or what, then I will take over the DPA Open Mic handle. So the old one is now DPA Open Mic Archived, which is now a grayed out logo. And then the DPA Open Mic, the red logo, is now on the new channel. So I will highly recommend you guys to subscribe over on the main chat, on the main the new DPA Open Mic, which is still not monetized yet, because we still need to monetize the channel. So for in case you do not know, is DPA Open Mic New. Where the hell is it? I want to drop the So DPA Open Mic New. So for those that are thinking about super chat and membership, the new channel is not monetized. There's no membership. There's no super chat. The old one also do not have membership and super chat either. Everything is wasted. It's gone. So like I said, YouTube do not know how to do business. They call us YouTube partners, but they treat us as YouTube slaves. Like there's no negotiations. We are not in a partnership. We just do whatever they say, which is kind of disgusting. So yeah, but it is what it is. So we have to rebuild the open mic channel, and if the community works together, we can easily, quickly monetize the new channel together. Just like many of these channels I have monetized, I think we can monetize it very quickly. And yeah, Vaughn is already understood the situation, so he said that he will not put up any more flags behind him. So yeah, so I mean it's not his fault. Like he don't know, then neither do I. I espouse free speech and free opinions. Then and it's just a flag. I never really thought much about it. Especially the flag was there for years, right? And honestly, many of our videos gone through manual reviews. Many of the live streams were manually reviewed. It was never flagged. So how will I know this freaking shot will get flagged? So just another additional pointless information is that the moderators on YouTube for shorts is different from those from the long video. The shorts one are more sensitive. They're very very sensitive about like they're more sensitive than the normal big long videos moderation. So that's probably why the shorts cost us the demonetization. But it is also unprecedented because the main channel have gotten strikes before, but it was never demonetized. We just get a strike. But this is just insane. So whatever it is, so for those on the main channel, DPA channel, as well as the DPA open mic archive, check the link on the live chat, click the link to jump over to the new channel and subscribe over here. So we're gonna drop the link to join for you guys to chit chat. A lot of crazy shit had happened, so I'm not gonna monologue anymore. I just want to explain the situation because it's important. Because DP open mic is not just, honestly, it's not my thing. It's our thing. It's a community thing. It's not really like my thing. The stars on the show is not me. The stars on the show is you guys who come on. So, and I'm quite sure that many of you guys agree that a number of the regulars are basically tiny stars, small stars of their own, on YouTube. So anyway, I'm gonna drop the link to join on the Rumble. I have dropped the link at Rumble's live chat, and then I'm dropping it in onto the new open mic channel. Yeah, new open mic channel. The old open mic channel and the main channel is just going to be the link. Oh, I think I tagged the wrong. I pinned the wrong message on the on the archive channel. So funny. Whoops. So the on the main channel and on the open mic archive channel, the link is on the live chat. The pin one is actually the link to the new open mic channel. The live the link to join the open mic is on the new open mic channel. It's so confusing. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, it is what it is. And I'm so sorry for all the medals and the memberships, all these experience points, whatever, that people accumulated on the open mic channel. I'm so sorry that it's all gone. It's still in the archive channel, but I will not touch the archive channel anymore. I'll probably do one more video to encourage people to join this on that channel, but I'm not going to dare to touch it anymore. So hopefully we'll have it. And hi Lambo.
Hi Wyatt.
Yeah, let me drop the link also to the loungers.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel very gutted that we got ambushed by YouTube. So
yeah, but a new fresh start is also something good. Sometimes it not make sense, but yeah, what can you do, I hope you can monetize maybe via another channel that you can combine. I don't know.
We cannot combine channels though. I have many channels already.
To like for donations, things like that.
Yeah, so the only thing is basically just rebuild a new channel. I think it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult because we have a strong community, a loyal fan base. So I think it can be done quickly. But it's just that, of course, to get back to 6,000 subs will take some time again. Yeah, because a lot of people just watch and don't watch anymore. So yeah, so the active viewers will be the key, to rebuild the channel. Yeah. So yeah, but no.
Oh,
hi Gareth.
The wrong pictures behind me. Can you share? I'm going to share it on WhatsApp. Wyatt, the picture is behind me, so you can see a big understanding about what I am using of symbolism for today. Because
like this.
Yeah. This It's actually Charlie Kirk, that poor Ukrainian girl, Irina, if her name is correctly, that be stabbed and be left dying for at least 2 minutes before somebody came to help her. And Charlie was one of the persons that put on his social media what the Western media need to do very much faster. Fucking speak about it.
Man.
And he was
that's the European solution for everything, right? Just speak about it. That's gonna fix it.
Yeah, but if you censor it, you don't show it, you create another problem. It's propaganda, censorship.
It was shown.
Something that needs to stop.
I know about it, and I'm in another country.
It's the same like for you, Garrett, and UK yesterday, that big manifestation. They say on the press 100,000 people came, and it was like 2-3 million. You know, they need to stop.
Like 2 or 3 million to me.
Oh, it was a lot. It was at least 1 million.
And besides which, the cops will almost always exaggerate the size of a right-wing demonstration and downplay the size of a left one. So I don't see any basis for believing that.
It's the opposite. You need to look just at the news channels.
Look, guys. I'm going to fix this for you guys so you understand. The cops are always going to downplay protest that is against the institutional power, and they're always going to upplay a protest that is in favor of the institutional power. Okay?
Correct. That's why it promotes right-wing demonstrations and suppresses left-wing ones. I mean, we saw today that the right-wing fascists just blatantly attacked the police for no reason. 25 arrests, 26 injuries to police, 4 of them serious, and the police just let them get away with it. So this would never have happened to a left-wing demo. I've never been in a left-wing demo which had this much violence that wasn't initiated by the police.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Do you mean by left-wing? Do you mean like Starmer's government versus the Tories?
No, all sorts of left-wingers. The people who are protesting against a woman who was killed by a cop were ground into the dirt. I'm talking about.
Garrett, shut the fuck up, man.
I mean, you don't like the truth.
Full of shit.
The big anti.
No, you're so full of
globalization
shit.
protests.
I mean, please. The fact is,
fuck off.
If you look what
big anti-globalization protests were heavily policed.
And the thing I love about leftists is you're so emotionally incontinent that you just can't help yourself from exposing who you are.
Always playing
the victim. Fuck you. No,
from right-wingers, that is pretty
especially after the shit that just happened in the United States with Charlie Kirk. No, seriously, go fuck yourself. I'm not fucking around anymore.
Yes,
you think that's funny? You just laughed at that. You think that's funny?
I did laugh at that. Yeah.
You think it's funny, right? You think it's funny?
Well, no. I think your fake outrage is funny.
Oh, my outrage is fake, huh?
Yeah. Completely fake.
You're a fucking piece of work, man. You are really a disgusting, fucking despicable human being. You've never done anything in your entire life.
That's absolutely
ridiculous. Can we just have a fucking conversation about the goddamn events?
Yeah, we are having a conversation about the goddamn events, Vaughn. We're talking about what fucking happened in the UK. And this piece of fucking shit.
And you don't want to hear it.
Well, I don't want to hear a fucking bunch of lies from a piece of shit like you.
You're not hearing lies from me.
You first need to watch the aerial videos that they took.
I have seen the aerial videos.
Yeah. So, and then you're going to look at a football stadium with like more than 50,000 people in the seats. And then
I've been in a demonstration which was over 2 million strong. I know what it looks like.
Dude, did you
I've also been in demonstrations that are 100,000 strong, and I know what that looks like too. And it looks like what we saw.
It was not 100,000. It was not 500,000. It was much more. So what you are saying about
that's your opinion. I don't believe you. I don't see any evidence for it.
What's the problem with the big protest? I mean, it was a bunch of people getting together to express their views. Obviously, there's troublemakers in every crowd. I mean, any protest you go to, there's always troublemakers. So, I mean, most of those people out there probably have legitimate concerns. And then, of course, like always, there's people that go out and take advantage of the situation. I mean, it's done on left-wing
concerns.
Yeah, they do. If they didn't feel like they had legitimate concerns, they wouldn't be out there. That's not really fair to say. They feel like they have a concern.
They would.
You don't agree with their concern. That's fine. You don't have the same concerns as them.
Yeah,
and obviously they feel hundreds of thousands of people feel a certain way, and within that group of people, there's people that are more militant and violent, or they just want to go out and fuck off because there's a big crowd. They can do what they want. That's common in everything. I'm just saying those people have a concern, and they went out to express their concern. And there's bad people in that group, and there's bad people that oppose their concern.
You wouldn't be saying this if it was
not with the moral equivalency, Garrett. Are you happy that Charlie Kirk is dead?
I certainly think the world is a better place. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was.
So that makes you happy, then, right? The world's a better place. So
not happy.
You're happy, right?
No.
Why not? I mean, if the world's a better place because he's dead, according to you, then why aren't you happy?
Are you against freedom of speech also?
Why are you happy?
No, you are.
No,
why aren't you happy?
Well, because I don't enjoy the deaths of people, unlike Charlie Kirk.
He never said that.
Yes, you do. You do believe in the deaths of people.
No.
You always enjoy it.
You believe in the deaths of people that you see as fascists. You believe that they should be killed.
Oh yes, only good fascist is a dead.
You said that to me in private conversation.
Yes, I've just said it live now.
Yeah. Okay. So then you're happy that Charlie Kirk is dead.
As I said, I don't celebrate death. I don't run around with guns, as you know.
No, not death in and of itself. I mean, specifically the death of Charlie Kirk. Why not celebrate it? I mean, the world's a better place.
Because I don't celebrate the death of human beings. Unlike Charlie Kirk.
Okay, so unlike Charlie Kirk, according to you, so you're happy about it, but you don't celebrate it. So what the fuck is the difference?
I don't know.
Well, you're the one that made the difference.
It doesn't make me happy. You're projecting.
Okay, what does make you happy? Whose death would make you happy? Nobody's? You can't think of a single person's death that would make you happy?
No, I
really
can't.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, anyways, back to the...
How about Hitler? Oh my God.
Yeah, so would Hitler's death make you happy there? You know, let's assuming he was still alive.
It would make the world a better place, but
if he was hiding out in South America, like, would it make you happy if you found
Okay, sorry. I should have intervened and said that, then we continue this argument. Yeah, I think Upgrade is next. Upgrade has his fingers.
Upgrade always has his finger up, okay? Don't disregard that.
In case of.
Yeah, he's about to talk. Let's all talk together at the same time.
Preparing himself already.
No, but seriously, I mean, I think that like the perspective that
Gabriel, you just fucking mentioned that Upgrade has his finger up, and then you talked over him. So Upgrade, would you just?
Yeah, that's what I said. But he doesn't like.
Yeah, Upgrade, speak.
It doesn't matter because he always has.
He's a Swiss thing, right? It's a Switzerland thing.
Speak.
It's a cultural thing, you know.
Speak.
I think that's the conversation we just had like a couple of minutes ago shows the problems in the world, because if we are not able to have a conversation between each other, even if we disagree, and clearly there's disagreement between parties here, we'll never find a consensus and a peaceful way of living together.
Exactly, but I mean, no shit, Sherlock. I mean, what are you like? What are you in fifth grade?
Yeah, I think most of the people in the world don't celebrate when people die, because.
Well, I mean, most people don't say the world is a better place when other people are dead, like Garrett just
said. I'm trying to.
Lots of right wingers do. They do it all the time.
Oh my God!
That's the problem also, right? Everybody's like, oh, it's the left, the right. I mean, like everybody's doing it, and
well, I mean, we have to have definitions like left or right, or what are you going to call them? So of course, we're reduced to like some level of semantics, but I mean, we need to have some sort of definitions.
I understand what you mean, I mean, and I think it's despicable when people go online after somebody got shot in the throat and died like a pig, for just mentioning what his beliefs are. That shouldn't be a world where we want to live in, because I think the left agrees with debate and have a different opinion, and also have minority views. So I think it goes against all their beliefs. So I don't think it's a left or right thing. I think it's just sick lunatics.
Well, let me challenge that point though. No, because I'm sick. Because I live in the United States and I've seen this, and I've seen it like literally in the city that I live in. I've seen literally. I mean, and actually, not just online. I've seen it. I won't dox certain people, but
yeah, I understand
I've seen it
bro.
where I live. I mean, no, I mean, walking distance from where I live. I've seen people say, "Fuck you, Charlie Kirk."
Yeah,
I'm glad Charlie Kirk is dead. Graffiti within walking distance from where I live says that. Now, you didn't have
Why is that a bad thing?
But they should be able to say that, right? It's nothing.
No, you're not. I'm not talking about whether they should be able to say it.
It's another thing if you go online. If you go online and you're celebrating his death, that's another level. And I think that's not human. And people who do that, they definitely should have consequences with their acts. Because
what consequences? What does that mean? What's that vagary? A
consequences means if you celebrate the death of a human being and you work at certain companies, for example, you should get fired. You know, that's not cancel culture. I think it's
quick
right,
question,
you know?
then: should all the right wingers who celebrated the murder of George Floyd be fired?
Same.
Yeah.
Same for me. Same for me.
Good.
Same for me.
Okay.
It goes both ways, right? Yeah.
Funny how that didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
You see, when you justify a murder, the other one will justify the murder from your side. That's the issue that Americans don't understand. When you kill in impunity in other countries and assassinate people, that shit will come to your country, man. That violence will come to your country. It will rub you. It will rub your face. That's what you don't understand. You kill people because they are not the same mentality, because they are not democratic. You need to kill them to bring them democracy.
Oh my God.
That will affect you. That will affect you. That violence.
Of course not.
Violence will affect you,
guys. This has nothing to do with ideological divides or with whose opinion.
No, I mean when you legitimize killing people for their idea,
political interests,
people will kill for your
power
idea.
Politics. It's power politics. No one's killed for their ideas. Okay, people are killed because of political interests or material interests. Okay, like George Floyd wasn't killed as a political statement. It wasn't an assassination. Okay, in the worst case scenario, it was like an accident. Okay,
fuck that.
Excessive police brutality. Accidental, like
for example,
along with a very long chain of other black people who've been killed by police.
No, hold on a second. This is very important, like what Gabriel's getting at. Unlike the death or the assassination of Charlie Kirk, where the assassin got up that morning and probably planned it for days, weeks, maybe months in advance, with the specific intent to kill Charlie Kirk.
Yeah,
planning and forethought. Let me finish. Unlike Derek Chauvin, the guy that was convicted of killing
why you are so aggressive, man?
He did not plan. He didn't wake up that morning saying, "Oh, I'm going to go kill this guy." No, that's not what happened. That's a distinctive difference.
But we were talking about a celebration of death.
There's a distinctive difference in legal terms of like premeditated murder and like manslaughter. So there's and then there's the whole political.
I'm talking about morality, the way it's justified. Look,
no, but that's where the legal difference comes.
This guy planned out.
It's a greater evil.
It's
a greater evil. It's a greater evil to plan out the death of someone and carry it out than to accidentally.
So in other words, there is no moral equivalence.
Of the moment.
There is no moral.
There is a moral equivalence about celebrating the death of someone.
No, there's no moral equivalence because the thing is, the killing of Floyd, that was taken up as a rally cry to create all sorts of havoc. Okay, and it was also used.
What do you mean?
As a
lever against an injustice that happened on screen
by the institutional power in power. It was used as a lever to exercise all sorts of oppressive and discriminatory policies against the internal proletariat of that particular nation, and also in Britain.
I don't know how you feed yourself.
I don't care about your opinion. This is just a statement of fact. Okay, it was used as a political leverage, and this situation that's happening right now, this is political violence. That it's not a revolution. It's not overthrowing capitalism in any form. It's in the In the best case scenario, it's just empowering a particular institutional power that is now in office to exercise greater police, and institutional violence and oppression over the people. So your celebration, Gareth, is completely antagonistic to any form of materialist analysis of the political situation. You're being absolutely retarded on account of like a media hype of petty ideological differences. Okay, and the worst part of all this is that there was a level of unification going on between the left and right divide in the United States on the account of the genocide going on in the Middle East. Okay, there was starting to be a certain, and Charlie Kirk was a very important pivoting point.
Actually, that's actually what Gabriel just said is true. As an American, there was
because he was
even Charlie Kirk himself was actually saying that the Jews need to chill with the killing the Gazans.
Yeah, so there was starting to be
Gabriel. That's actually true.
Yeah, there was starting to be a semblance of unification between the parties on objective atrocity going
on that one issue. On that one issue, yes.
Yeah, and this is now going to be used to incentivize like a civil conflict, divide and conquer strategy, so to speak, on the principles that were unifying the American proletariat. So, like, I can't believe that a person who identifies as a Marxist can have such a shallow understanding of a political development.
Hey, real quick, before Gareth, I had my finger up. The other thing, too, with this whole attack on Charlie Kirk is it's starting to look like that the person had his boyfriend supporting him or planning it because he was involved, because he was asked to go get the gun. Nobody's going to go get the gun for a stranger or somebody that doesn't know what's going on. So they were obviously in cahoots. And it's starting to look like that there may have been a Discord chat and other people involved, maybe encouraging him to take action on their behalf or something. Because, it's easy to find somebody, on either side, weak-minded that you can convince. I mean, look at how the FBI garbage where they catch people that they basically just incentivize to become terrorists, we can sell you some Stinger missiles. Oh, I don't have any money for that. I only got $800 in my account. Well, guess what? I can get you Stinger missiles for $800. And that guy's a terrorist. So
without delving down this rabbit
hole,
hole,
can I speak?
I'm not trying to go down a rabbit hole. I'm just saying it looks like it was a plot, and there may be multiple people involved.
Otherwise,
his boyfriend probably knew about what was going on. Because
continue.
If you're dating him, then you're gonna have some stuff that you know about. But as far as it being a grand conspiracy, I don't think that's...
No, what they're saying is they believe that there was people in Discord and other groups.
I have permission to speak.
I would still talk before John started. But what I'm saying is it appears there's multiple people involved, and there may be a Discord group involved with people in it. So he was probably encouraged, maybe supported in some way, or given the idea or whatever. But it doesn't sound like he was a lone gunman. It sounds like at least him and his boyfriend and maybe a few other people knew what was up. So that's all.
Now I speak. There's no boyfriend. That's just another baseless rumor that's being spread by the right because they don't care about truth. There's a roommate who is cooperating with the authorities. Okay, this is just nonsense. Secondly,
the roommate was texted by the shooter to go pick up the rifle, which would indicate that the boyfriend, which is what he's been described as, a trans man.
By who?
By all the media, CNN, both sides of the aisle have come out and said it. The FBI and everybody else. You could believe the FBI or not. All I'm saying is that's what the story is. And if it's the truth, then that means he was probably involved. And if this Discord thing is true, that means there was probably other people involved or at least aware of the plot or whatever. And none of these people picked up a phone and said anything. They let it happen or they were involved.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Vaughn, that they may have known about it or something, but I don't believe that this was like there was a bunch of, unless there's evidence that shows this. I'm not buying this was some, you know, I mean, as far as I know, he basically killed him with a deer rifle. His family was into fucking guns. There's pictures of him shooting that specific type of, well, not that specific weapon, but other weapons like it. He would have no trouble getting access to firearms like that. So I believe that he did this. Now, did his boyfriend probably know about it? Yeah, or at least had an inkling about it, right? I mean, if you live, you know, and actually, I don't even think they were roommates, by the way, Garrett. I don't think they actually, because I think the guy still lived with his parents. So the idea that they were roommates, I think that's.
They're saying they lived in a 3-bedroom apartment.
Well, I think the guy was there sometimes, not there. Whatever.
And he's a trans man, and that's his partner. He was described as his partner.
Male to female transsexual. That's how he identifies online. But and they were dating or whatever sort of relationship they had. I don't really want to get into that shit, but
they were friends at least.
As far as I'm aware, this is all made up. They're just roommates, and the whole boyfriend element has been added in by propagandists.
No,
just like all the propagandists.
Boyfriend or friend is still same. They are friends. So
roommates.
Okay, fine. Friends, roommates, whatever. I'm just repeating what I heard CNN say, Fox say, the FBI say, a whole bunch of other motherfuckers say. Yes, they have. They were when I saw it. That's why they were saying maybe there's something to it because this guy's saying it. Look, I'm not going to argue about it. Obviously, the guy didn't do it by himself, and probably some people around him knew what was up or had an inkling that he was going to do something. They'll figure it out. They'll go through the texts and the digital evidence, and they'll find out who knew and who didn't, and we'll know later next week. Maybe in 2 or 3 open mics, we'll know how many people were involved, if there was a plot or support or whatever. I'm just telling you what they're saying right now. It's obviously going to change moment to moment. It's just like the hours after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. Oh, we got the assassin. Nope, he's gone. Oh, we got the assassin. Nope, he's gone. Oh, we think it's this guy. You know, I mean, all this stuff is fluid. That's what people are saying. I'm not saying it's the truth or it's 100% real. Obviously, there's some relationship there. Some people are saying it's one thing. Other people are saying it's another. If it's what they're saying, then that's bad. And it looks like that guy's probably involved too. And it looks like by the discussions that other people on a Discord chat may have been aware of something was going on. That's all I'm saying. That's the current story. Whether that's the truth or that ends up being the story or whatever, I don't know. It could change in 5 hours. It might change Monday night when the news cycle picks back up. I don't know. It's the weekend. Okay, you know, the fuckers ain't working.
Yes, thank you. Can I ask, is everybody aware that it seems increasingly likely that this guy was a right-winger and specifically a groiper?
No, he was converted.
No, I think that's just something that they're trying to throw out there too, just like you're saying, they're throwing out the boyfriend.
It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. He is a groiper insofar as, you know, the esoteric interpretation that
no, not even in an esoteric media. There is no such thing as an esoteric
interpretation that they make of random phrases and information. Yeah,
a groiper would be a heterosexual incel, so he doesn't fit it.
Well, he's not heterosexual. The boyfriend story is made up.
Anyways, it's a tagging that they're trying to do because of the political implications of this. Okay, so Charlie Kirk was pivoting against Israel.
No, it's because that's what his social media profile looks like.
Now they're trying to frame the obvious political assassination of political interests on the rivals that Charlie Kirk was starting to align with. Okay, they're starting to frame it. They're desperately trying to frame it as if it was something done by the anti-Zionist right. You know, because that's the danger that was happening. Charlie Kirk was starting to disalign with the Zionist right, and so now that they killed him, they're trying to push him, push the assassination as the doing of the enemies of the
Well, I mean, all you got to do is look at what Netanyahu did. He came out and was like, Charlie Kirk was a great defender of Israel and all. And he was. I mean, he obviously was a supporter of Israel. But it's clear that he was starting to question some of the policies of the government. I don't think Israel killed him. I just think it's convenient that he was assassinated by another political rival, if that's the case. And now these people are obviously going to try and, use it to promote the pro-Zionist agenda when they know damn well that Charlie Kirk was probably not going to be a full supporter of Israel the way they wanted. I mean, supposedly there's a lot of stuff coming out that A lot of his inside friends were saying that he had questions about certain things. I mean, he wasn't shitting on the whole state of Israel, but he had questions about Gaza.
The Gaza
October 7th, you know, like he said in his own words, he said, "I've been to Israel. It's a fortress. You can't walk 5 feet without running into a teenager with a fucking M4 rifle." And he said, every time I think about it, my gut tells me, was there a stand down? Was something up? And we all talked about it that day. We all thought, this is weird. You know, this is the most fortified, defended country with the most ISR, probably covering the smallest part of the planet ever. You know, fences, sensors. You know, you saw the fences and stuff. I mean, it wasn't no chain link fence they cut through. And like he said, 6 hours to respond while you're streaming that stuff. He had legitimate questions. He was still a supporter of Israel, but it's kind of disgusting to see the pro-Zionist side of the Republican Party really try to shore up his support for Israel after his death, and kind of ignore the questions that he was asking.
And there you have Gareth defending the pro-Zionist narrative.
No, well, the thing is what they're trying to do is trying to like taint Nick Fuentes more by tying it to the anti-Zionist thing. So that's another thing. I think it's a multi-front thing. They're trying to play it for their political benefits and try to knock down some of these guys that are getting popular again, like Fuentes and, you know, other people, I guess. But it's unseemly to see, because you know the guy had legit questions. There's plenty of proof.
By his incapacity to
and now these people are coming out trying to say that he did this or he wasn't really doing that, and he was our best friend ever. You know, apparently he turned down a large financing offer from Netanyahu recently. He was invited to a trip. Apparently, I don't know if he accepted. Some people said he never planned on going. So, you know, I mean, obviously there was going to be an issue there, but I don't really think they had anything to do. I just think they're capitalizing on it at opportunistic time.
Yeah, maybe we should go around like people always do. Lambo's been like waiting for a long time, so have Vojislav, and so is fucking.
Oh, who cares about that? Anyways,
maybe that's why he killed. Didn't they say even the best of the Gentiles should be killed? Maybe that's why he wasn't the best of them.
Well, I mean, unless someone finds the guy's yarmulke in the closet in a secret Talmud, I'm pretty sure he was just a tranny that killed him.
There's a saying in Spanish that goes like, from a fallen tree everyone makes firewood. Okay, and means that when an event happens, every side is going to use it as political ammo for their own narrative. And the funny thing is that our own intern revolutionary Marxist is the first one to fall for the Zionist narrative of the whole situation.
Yeah.
So go on, Vojislav. You've been waiting for a while.
Look, it's actually, you need to dig out a little bit further, not too far, like using this. It all started.
Mr. Lambo, you are not Vojislav. You said Vojislav.
I don't care. I have my fingers like fucking longer than you.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Vojislav. After me, you can.
No, go ahead.
The thing is, you need to understand, it's the fault of the Democrats themselves and the left media that since the first term of Trump only did by destroying the Republicans, destroying Trump, crying, shouting, saying stupid shit.
You mean telling
using
the truth?
Propaganda, false information, things out of context.
Jesus,
the game is
lie.
The game
lie
is
and lie and lie.
Let me speak, dude. Shut up. The game is busy since the first term of Trump and never stopped. If I need to watch all my media in Belgium, they're using all things about the United States that they're copying from CNN. Only hatred and bad things about Republicans are being shared. Only that. And it's going already from even
good things?
Before 2000. Shut up. Before 2016. You create hate by sending hate, and people are going to start to believe it. Then you're
just eulogizing fucking finish. Charlie Kirk, who was a professional hate preacher, you hypocrite bastard.
You wait your turn. I have the right to speak. That's the whole point of the whole thing. Freedom of fucking speech. Let the people speak.
That you don't understand. The left, the extreme left, don't understand.
Even when it's hatred that killed Kirk.
It was about hatred. Everything is put out of context. TikTokers, Instagrammers, sending shorts, taking things out of context about people, just sending bad messages. These are population that are busy destroying each other. The left is busy destroying each other. They are the cause of all that hatred against people that fighting for freedom of speech, like Charlie Kirk was. If we had the George Floyd that was killed, the United States exploded because he was black, racism, all that bullshit. That girl behind me on that picture, she was white. She was killed by a black man. And everybody, all the media, was keeping it quiet. People like Charlie Kirk,
keeping it quiet.
One of them was putting it online and forced actually the media to send in it. Because once the media was publishing these messages about that girl was killing, it was already a few days later. And the people became so selfish that girl, she was in a fucking train wagon. 5 people around her didn't do shit to save her.
They were all black.
More than 2 minutes. I don't care which color it was because it was a Hispanic guy.
Yeah, I do. I do care.
Yeah, but it was a Hispanic guy that did the first aid to her. But the people became selfish. They're only sharing their own ideas. They don't want to listen anymore. And they're just reading titles on the new messages and not even the text. And that's fucking disgusting. The hate that the Democrats and the left started to put on Trump is one of the causes that Charlie Kirk died. And that need to fucking stop. That game need to stop. Okay, you have a 2-party system in the United States, but you need to accept that people are voting right. I need to accept that people voting left. And we saw millions of videos of people being rejected by restaurants because they had a MAGA cap. It's fucking disgusting. It's a fucking shame. And that all need to stop. It makes me fucking angry. I am born with norms, respect, and values. That is how I be educated by my parents. People forget these 3 words. And that need to be implemented back at schools and not giving course about transgender and all that shit. It's fucking angry. And the hard lefties are now being destroyed. Finally, they're losing their jobs because people are putting them online, calling their bosses to say, hey, your employee that's working by Apple with a very big job, he's talking shit. He's not a face for your company. You need to do something about it. Finally, some karma is happening right now. But the Republicans are smarter than the lefts. They don't destroy shops and streets and bus halts and all that shit and cars because they are angry about something like that.
No,
imagine that girl was black.
Yeah, fucking wait, man. There's other people.
Actually, it's the opposite, Lambo, because
hold on. Vojislav is up next, dude.
It's Vojislav first.
Vojislav, please.
It makes me all fucking angry. If you're looking on Facebook and you have a message of CNN telling about Charlie Kirk, and you have 10,000 likes.
Let's have a moment of silence for Lambo's anger.
3,000 people laughing with it. It's fucking disgusting. The world is ruined. The world is fucked.
Just to let you know, guys.
Vojislav, please speak.
Just to let you know, guys, I can hear Lambo in person. Like, the Belgium is pretty far away, but I can hear him in person.
Yeah, it just makes me angry, and interrupting me is fucking disgusting. Also.
Anyway, I'm gonna be quick before I hand it over to the beautiful lady. When it comes to Charlie Kirk, you have to look at it. Who had the most interest in killing him. And the way I see it is like, look, he was talking. I mean, where did the liberals and that kind of ideology, where does it get most cultivated? It is at those same universities. So I think in a way this guy was a threat to them because he spoke at the universities, and they were afraid that he might actually change mind to a lot of people, young people, because that's the place where they groom them into these liberal Nazis, or the fucking Antifa, and yeah, you fucking laugh, dude. I mean, we I mean, I did not agree with Charlie about some things, about Israel and shit, but he spoke, as a true, conservative on the other issues, and I think they had a problem with the.
Oh my God, Charlie was the most tame and tepid, containment, conservative voice.
Continue. Please stop interrupting.
So are we respecting the figure or not? I don't understand either one or the other. Either way, I will like
continue, Vojislav, please.
Yeah. So that's basically what I'm saying is that perhaps the the people who are in charge of indoctrination, like the Soros foundations and shit like that, they saw that as a threat, so they had to cancel him, permanently. Go ahead.
Dude, the only reason Charlie Kirk was able to grow as
I think it's Bridget's turn there.
Was because he was a containment figure.
Bridget's turn.
He was establishment approved.
So everyone who wanna speak then will speak. I will not have my finger. Let's do this.
Wyatt,
so I was gonna say, what I was gonna say, Vaughn already said. So I'll just say that whatever the FBI tells us is the official story is probably not what happened. I don't know what did happen, but the FBI is not going to tell us the truth. So I do want to go on a Karen rant and tell you guys to stop talking over each other. This is frequently a 6 to 7 hour stream. You're all going to get a chance to get your opinions across. So no one can understand what's going on when you guys talk over each other. So just calm the fuck down. Okay, that's what I was gonna say. My voting.
Nika.
Yeah, it's a minute of silence, for the.
All get reprimanded by the girl that on screen.
Are you going?
Yeah, I guess it's Gabriel.
Go get it. Go get it.
All right, thank you.
Garrett. Sorry, Garrett.
I just want to tell Lambo to stick his hypocritical performative outrage right up his rectum. Donald Trump came down the golden escalator talking about how Mexicans are rapists and murderers. Hate has been the whole Republican agenda for decades. That's all they fucking do. The vast majority of terrorist acts in America have been carried out by right-wingers. Up until September 11th, the largest terrorist act in American history was carried out by a right-winger. You fuckers have done nothing but wallow in hatred. Hatred. That's all you do. Charlie Kirk was a spreader of the Great Replacement conspiracy theory, an utterly despicable racist lie that motivated multiple mass murderers. And you are calling this person decent? He was one of the lowest scum who ever crawled on his little yellow belly on this planet. You can all go fuck yourselves and you're crying for this bastard. Shows your own utter lack of immorality. Lack of morality, sorry.
Are you talking about Timothy McVeigh? Are you talking about Timothy McVeigh?
What Garrett feels about Charlie Kirk? Tell us more about what you. I want your son. I want this immortalized on the internet. Tell us more, Garrett.
Okay, well, I saw a good one from an AI resurrection of Christopher Hitchens, which repurposed a joke for him that had previously used for Jerry Falwell, which is that if you gave him an enema, you'd be able to bury him in a matchbox. So that should make things easier, shouldn't it?
Tell us more. Tell us more how you feel about him.
Well, I don't need to tell you how I feel about him. His history of racist shit stirring and hate mongering is well recorded. This guy's never had a job in his life. He's a professional shit stirrer hired directly by the Koch brothers to stir up racism and division. That's all he has ever done.
Wow. You never watched him, actually.
Garrett, your understanding of materialist politics is equivalent to Walt Disney, okay? You should take off your badge, retire, and go drink some
those words. You don't even know what they mean.
You have the least political understanding of anyone in the room, and Lambo is in the room with us, okay? That's the level of political understanding. Like, even Upgrade is laughing at you.
Sure, buddy.
That's the level of your political analysis, okay? Nope. Charlie Kirk was a promising young man who was groomed by Israel to be a Zionist right-wing influencer, and that's how he got the political influence that he has. Okay, he has done a job in his life, and it's been to push and peddle containment right narratives into the fold of the establishment rhino right. Okay, and that's perfectly valid for the institutional.
You mean racist narratives?
No,
he doesn't
Garrett,
trust
Garrett,
you. Wouldn't get on a plane that was flown by black
far more
pilots.
racist. Like the right wing prides itself in being colorblind, and they call the Democrats the real racists. Okay, they are absolutely
That's what every
liberal.
racist have done. They've been
They
doing
are
that since the American
absolutely
Civil
classical
War.
colorblind liberal who only care about economic progress and have no fucking interest for race. Okay, your perspective on politics is way more racist than his, and it shows. Okay, you are perfectly fine with the murder of a useful fool kid, you know, with a family who had no impact in politics whatsoever, except containing the right from defying the establishment. Like, and that is the problem that he
Show
had.
of
That
hands
he
for
started
who agrees with Gabriel.
He started clearly breaking those parameters of what is acceptable for containment, mainstream, institutional right
So
to
are you saying that
preserve
the mainstream right is the great replacement theory?
Super chat.
Is that what you're saying?
So I just want to say the super chat does not exist on both the open mic channels, the old or the new one, because both is not monetized. This is actually from the main channel by Utis, the summer of 2020 violent leftist. Gareth is awful, but not I say one. That's super chat. I just reading. So.
If I may,
well, he has awful political analysis and awful takes. He thinks the Democrats and the Labor Party is leftist for some reason. He thinks CNN.
No, I think
is
neither of them
honest,
are leftist.
and
I've
he
said
thinks
so many
that
times.
Charlie Kirk was far right. That's his level of understanding of politics.
Yeah.
Go on, Upgrade. You've waited long enough.
15 seconds. Can I?
No, let Upgrade go.
That Kirk himself said, "You will never be the best version of yourself if you allow other people to convince that you can't be better because of your skin color."
Let Upgrade speak. Stop making a fool of yourself.
Because the community you came from. You must resist those narratives at all costs. If you
this from a guy who was literally hired because he was white.
Oh, that was racist, Garrett. Fuck off.
Literally hired to be a white propagandist
you are woke,
of racism.
You are woke. You are an extreme leftist.
Proud of it. Of course I am. Proud of it. Good. It speaks well.
What about like Candace Owens and all the other people that are involved with Turning Point? I mean, it's a pretty mixed bag of people. I mean, you could say they're tokens, but I'm just saying that's a pretty mixed bag of people at Turning Point.
Look,
yeah, they're all tokens. You have the Jew, you have the black, you have the white, and Garrett is our token retard right now. But go on, Upgrade.
Yeah, guys, can I step in quick? I have to go I have to go out in a moment.
Too bad. Then just go. Upgrade's in front of you. Then just leave. Upgrade. You've been.
I was holding my fucking finger for an hour.
Wayne, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Wayne, leave.
At least let Upgrade finish and I can talk, man.
Yeah, I'll just go quick, Nika, then I will give it to you, Nika. Okay, don't worry, I will give it to you. It's just sad what's going on here. I mean, like we should have been able to talk this through without getting on such terms. I mean, you can disagree with him and stuff like that, but I mean, it's sad what happened to him. Even if I don't agree with some points which he made. He was a father, and he got shot in front of his kids and his wife. It's horrible. I mean, we should have a little bit of restraint when we talk about him, even if we disagree with him. I think this is definitely something which is people, normal people, of course. Gabriel is going to disagree again against me somehow, but that's normal. But I mean. We should just be.
It's not the disagreement, Upgrade. It's the repetition.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's repetition. I can say whatever I want. If you think it's good or not, I don't care.
No, it's fine. Go ahead and say it. I'm just
let me speak, and then you have your turn. Maybe you put your finger up like other people and respect other people, and then it's fine. But yeah, it's just sad for humanity what's happening right now because we are. Divided on all fronts. We have so much issues, and we can barely agree on having, you know, a discussion about some topics which are actually can be debated about, you know, without being, you know, rude or something like that, or being aggressive or being, you know, emotional. I think it's definitely emotional for some people, but I mean, like, he wasn't, you know, your father or your mother, but it's definitely sad, and we should be a little bit more respectful between each other and let each other speak. Nika, go on.
Nika, before I start, super chat. Hey Gareth, maybe you should lose some weight. I don't know. I feel offended by it by myself.
Everyone here should lose some weight. Everyone here, because he said something different than you.
Nika is
Anyway.
fat shaming us. Oh my god.
No.
You go gain some hair, Nika.
Come
you
on,
can't
get it out.
even call
Come on,
yourself
Nika,
a man
go.
if you
Go
don't have a
fucking
beard.
Nika, go. So then Wayne can go.
So
Wayne can go.
I think, of course, any human, any decent human being will disagree on killing innocent people, even if I disagree with him 100% of what he said, not the last part of his life, anyway. The thing is, making it so important while others are killed, innocent killed. I think life is life, whether he's a politician or he's a speaker or not. It doesn't like affect me any other way than other innocent people or kids. I'm not only talking about Gaza, even outside wars or political assassination happen every in all countries. So it's not, yeah, I understand for American to be passionate but the thing is it's not that important. Killing any human being is very, very important, but it's not that important. It's a symptom. When you have a fever, when you are sick and you have fever, you don't like attack the fever and forget everything else. The problem is what's causing the fever. I think left and right and between are the cause of this. Everyone who's now calling for the killing of Kirk is a cause of it. Everyone on the left side and the right side, because don't forget, the right killed too. The what happened in the and for the I forget what you call it, but for the elections, you killed the policeman, and you I think 1 or 2 people killed too. They are innocent too. They were doing their job. Right politics and left politics will use this for their agenda, of course. But what saddens me is I'm seeing this film before. I seen it in my third world countries. That's the issue. We are the people who are from third world countries will recognize the patterns that happen in America right now. This is what Americans don't see. They will be sucked up to those minute details. Yeah, you had president killed.
Nick, you obviously don't understand the history of the United States. We've had a civil war.
Yeah.
We've had the
You
most
can speak
bloodiest
later. You
civil
can speak
war
later.
in the
You can
history of
speak
the
later.
world.
You can speak
We
later.
literally
John,
did. I'm
lift
not gonna
up your
just
fat
listen to you
finger.
lie about what Americans
Lift up
understand and what we don't. From
your
somebody
Shut
that
up,
knows
John.
anything
Shut
about
up a
our
while,
Lift up
John.
your
You've
fat
been trying to
finger
hush people
and
for
respect
speaking out of place.
people.
Now it's your
That's
turn
your
to hush.
problem, John. Respect people and take your turn. I'm lying. Okay, let me keep lying and then correct me. What's wrong with you? Are you afraid of lies? Let me continue lying. The fuck? Be a
Okay,
grown up
guys,
then.
I really do have to run quick. So
Assassination happened before. Killing is happening every day. The problem is what's happening now in America is the polarization. What's happening is tearing up the communities, tearing up everything. You can have easily a civil war. Society is not like working normally. Everyone is shaming everyone. Everyone using political power to attack everyone. Like Trump, for example, he's threatening schools, threatening anyone who disagree with him. He's threatening whole states. That's why I'm saying the pattern. What's happening? The bigger picture is more fearful than killing of one innocent one person. I don't say it's innocent or not for what he said or not, but it's nothing that's important. What's important is what's happening. That's what I would say. Gareth, next.
Okay, sorry, guys. Let me duck in quick. First off, Charlie's family is never going to recover from this. That's something you have to bear in mind. His kids, his wife, all his relatives, all his friends are going to be suffering from this for the rest of their lives. But there's another point which needs to be taken into consideration. This is what Charlie wanted. Charlie said, and I quote, "The Second Amendment is worth a few deaths." I don't think Charlie expected to be one of the ones paying, but it's what he wanted. He wanted the Second Amendment, which means he's willing to put up with a few deaths. And he implied that he's willing to be one of the people to go.
Take it out of context.
He should be celebrating. He got what he wanted.
It's a 5-minute reading, Wayne. It's a 5-minute reading, the Second Amendment question.
Oh my God, who gives a fuck?
Can I read it for you, Wayne? Do you really want that I read it for you? Because you're just reading memes.
But we don't need the goddamn Second Amendment read.
Yeah, but that is a problem.
Charlie Kirk didn't get what he wanted because Charlie Kirk didn't want people to have guns going around and killing people. So that's not what he wanted. It's ridiculous.
Vaughn, he said he was willing to accept the price of a few deaths. So that implies that he's willing to accept his own.
He should be proud he died. I'm pretty sure when he said that, he wasn't thinking, "Oh, I hope I'm one of the deaths." You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure he wasn't.
It's just, hey, Wayne, it's just like when they say freedom is scary. That's what he meant. You know, freedom is scary. If you have a lot of freedom and a lot of rights, then things can get kind of scary sometimes.
Well, there
and
you
if
go.
we have the right to bear arms, most people are responsible, but obviously some people aren't, and that's scary. That's all. That's all he meant by it. And he wasn't
and in no way
saying that he hoped people die or he understands. It's the reality is that people die like you.
It's like having a car. Okay, so we lose about 36,000 people a year in like automobile accidents in the United States. Does that mean we shouldn't fucking have cars? You fucking stupid moron.
Yeah, that's
I heard the same argument last night. The argument is that we regulate cars, you idiot.
Everyone who
regulate cars, we need to regulate guns.
Idiot. Regulate arms.
They wanted a car.
Firearms are very heavily regulated in the United States, and there are some areas and ways you can get around it, but firearms are very heavily regulated, Wayne, in the United States. Most states you have to go through background checks. In my state, you have to go through background checks, but I can still buy person to person. New York City, you can't own shit. So, I mean, the idea that guns aren't regulated is ridiculous, Wayne. We all know the problem.
They're not regulated enough, Vaughn.
The laws that are on the books are not enforced properly. That's why a lot of this stuff happens. It always turns out a lot of these guys shouldn't have gotten guns, got guns, lied on their forms. People bought the gun form through a straw purchase. I mean, there's all kinds of laws already on the books. If you're mentally ill and you're taking SSIs, you're not allowed to own a firearm. They ask you that specifically. If you smoke weed, you're not allowed to do that. They ask you if you're using drugs on the form. So, I mean, the problem is there's a lack of enforcement.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
And I think it's pretty obvious.
It's much easier.
It's absolutely ridiculous. It's like Wayne believes that where arms are forbidden, there's no political assainations. That's just ridiculous.
I mean, like a perfect example is the city of Chicago. One comment. Just real quick, city of Chicago has the highest murder rate. They have the strictest gun laws. You have to have a license to buy ammunition, and yet dozens of people are shot every weekend. So
about that. One comment.
Wait. Super chat. Let me talk. Okay, super chat. Okay, first is Tristan Young say that more seriously, the removal of taboo regarding political targeted violence in civil society can only end badly for the land of the free. Yeah, so this is actually
I just wanted
something I warned against.
One thing on political.
One more thing.
One
more super chat.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
NGS say what is despicable is the urge on the left to discuss and criticize Kirk's political opinion immediately after his assassination. No decency. So
everyone doing it. Everyone doing it. What I want to say about the weapons,
and that's the ridiculousness
in Tunisia, we are not allowed to have weapons. No one have the authority to have weapons. Only policemen and military and some hunters, and yet 2 political assassination. Okay.
Which country is that? Sorry, which country is that?
Tunisia. My own country.
Tunisia. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we anyone. It's very, 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 very hard to have weapons.
I think Japan also, right?
The
assassination on Shinzo Abe was a gun as well, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
The explanation
completely
is very
irrelevant.
short
There's
and
nothing to
very
do with the point
easy.
being made.
No, the explanation is very short and very easy. It's not the gun that kills; it's the person behind it that pulls the trigger.
For God's sake!
No, that girl behind me was killed by a
Switzerland-
scissor.
Listen,
By a fucking
Switzerland,
scissor. And if you want to
Switzerland
kill
have
somebody,
the
you can
highest
do it with
capita, I think,
everything
in
that can
weapons.
kill things.
In civilian
A
having
stick,
weapons.
a rock.
Isn't correct? Upgrade. Correct me. Do you have the more capita of holding weapons in Switzerland? I think
Yes,
I
because
think
after
they
the
have
army,
Switzerland has the
after the
highest
army, we
gun
can keep
ownership
our
Don't
guns.
worry,
in
don't worry.
the
If
world.
somebody wants to kill with a gun, he will find a gun. Don't worry about that. Even in the countries with the strictest rules. We have a lot of gunfights here in Belgium, and it's totally forbidden. But if drugs cartels want to kill somebody with a gun, they can find it on the black market. It doesn't have to do. You can kill a person that what you want to kill with it. You can kill it with a truck, with a car, with a motorcycle. Just run over it. You can use a stick, a rock, doesn't matter. A knife, a machete, doesn't matter.
Sherlock.
A scissor.
Mr.
Stop
Lambo,
bitching about guns. Not making sense. No, just with Kirk, it was just easier because he could shoot on big distance to kill him. That was the thing. It was easier.
Lambo, would you let Upgrade respond to the question that he was asked?
With all that shit about Second Amendment and all that shit, I posted Second Amendment text that
you're making me fight for Upgrade's voice. Okay, go on, Upgrade.
Can speak right now.
Yeah,
I speak of that bullshit about guns. It's the person that pulls the triggers that kills.
Blah,
not the
blah, blah.
Guys,
no.
Let's keep it a little bit. Let's keep it a little bit more, decent and more, like a civil conversation. Let's try to, be a little bit more, normal. I don't know what's normal nowadays.
Yeah, but these were useful discussions. You Upgrade.
No, but I mean,
sorry, Upgrade. We're not Swedes.
Well, I'm not Swede, man.
Swiss, you fuck.
It's the same. It's the same letter.
Whatever.
Anyways, Nika, yeah, it's true. We have a lot of guns because after the military, we can keep our gun at home. So
I know I have a Swiss friend, close friend, who's my best friend is Swiss. He's a Tunisian Swiss.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
How can the sweet guy not be sweet? Hi.
It's same letter at the beginning, but some people told me I'm from Swaziland, so we get everything, from Switzerland, so it's
okay. Sorry. You should continue before we track you further.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, it's too late. Super chat, Tristan Young. we may yet live to see politics in the USA comes to resemble the model of political violence and reprisal in places like Iraq and Afghanistan. True. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
I wanted to take the example.
That's exactly what Nika was talking about.
It was said that we need to regulate more weapons. I mean, like in France, we regulate heavily weapons, and there's narco trafficking guys who have bazookas, and Kalashnikovs, if you want to get weapons, you just get it from the black market, in Europe. Yeah. It's like that, if you want to kill somebody, you don't need a weapon. You can just take your scissors from home or your knife.
About the mentality of the population.
London is the capital of knife deaths, because they're just killing each other with knives. You don't even need a weapon. You just need some lethal weapon.
You need intent.
Yeah, of course. The intent is the most important part.
You have drones now, man. You have drones.
Yeah, you have everything.
Anyone with a drone.
You just make it like in Ukraine, and then it's a weapon, it's crazy. Gareth, please, I'm sorry, you had your finger up.
Yes, thank you. I think that whole conversation missed the point. The point was that Kirk died by the very values that he promoted in life, just as he died with a racist dog whistle on his lips. It was, in fact, poetic justice. I also want to ask, where was all this outrage about political murder when a couple of Democrats were assassinated recently? We didn't see any right-wingers complaining about that. In fact, we saw them laughing and joking. When Nancy Pelosi's husband was attacked and beaten in the head with a hammer, such that he now has permanent brain damage, conservatives laughed about it all over the internet. Kirk himself said that he was going to a Halloween party with a pair of underpants and a hammer, specifically mocking political violence against Democrats. Okay, where was all this concern about human life when Alex Jones, who is now crying like a baby, was calling dead children crisis actors? Where was it then? Where was it then? Martin Luther King was killed in front of his family. So was a bunch of other people. Edgar Evers was shot to death in his fucking bed. Okay, every year these racist conservative scum go and shoot up the memorials to these people. Okay, and the Tea Party consistently called for Obama to be lynched. So all this bullshit about how the left is calling for political violence is sheer hypocrisy and projection.
But
finally, I want to say one thing. Shut up. I want to say one thing to the people who bitch and moan about the BLM riots. Every single one of you is a traitor to America. America was founded on a right that damaged private property. That is your foundational act. Or every single one who stood against BLM would have fought for the British in the Revolutionary War. So you can all go fuck yourselves.
So that's what I want. I disagree about the killing and stuff.
Again, that's the level of political analysis that Gareth is capable.
No, we're fucking taking turns.
Thank you, Gabriel. I appreciate the compliment.
So I wanted to say those are some examples. I don't say the left are immune of this. Both of them. It's the whole fucking society who's responsible of this. It's the mentality of white or black. I am your enemy or your friend. There is no there is no middle ground. That's the issue of American society now. This is what's happening. You are as a country, even as a country, you function like this. You are my enemy or my friend. You are Israel or you are everyone else. Even Qatar is not like immune. Even if it's a friend, it will get bumped. So that's what the problem is. The mentality. The idea is you are evil villain or you are a superhero. There is no between. Humans are gray, man. Humans are gray. I disagree with a lot of people and I agree with a lot of people. That doesn't mean that I need to kill everyone and shut up everyone. That's what America need to understand, man. Otherwise, you will be like our shithole countries.
Yeah, a lot of them are gay.
Super chat.
A lot of them
John
are super
Scott,
gay.
USA has the highest murder rate of any Western nations. Go check why
like
then.
An over.
I think he's guns, but
super
he's
chat.
For example, looks like a greedy, gluttonous, and slothful capitalist. But he actually has the mental.
It's really fucking rude when someone pays for a super chat and stops fucking raining right.
He has a Walt Disney and Hollywood style of political analysis. Like he's so in tune with it, man. He's probably like
Gabriel is
a Disney girl.
Another super chat. Tag the Gareth. Are people who criticize J6 also traitors because America was founded on protests with property destruction? Question mark. And in case for the just now nobody hear what I said because
that's what I was going to say.
USA has the highest murder rate of any Western nations. Go check why then. I think it's guns, but if not, why? Yeah, I think it's freedom. I think it's freedom's fault.
Mentality.
You guys should all live under communism.
Switzerland are free to speak, man. Swiss people are free to speak. It's not about freedom. No. It's about the mentality of how you. Even I watched a small interview about a gun, and they went to Switzerland, and the mentality is different. The mentality is different. That's the issue, man. It's not the gun. I can kill anyone I want with whatever means. Doesn't it will not stop me, man.
I like to kill with words.
Yeah, well, it is easier with the gun.
I don't know who's John.
Can I answer the question?
Upgrade. I think it's upgrade first, or John.
Gareth want to answer the question. About this. Are people criticize J6 also traitors? Because America is found on protests with property destruction.
Well, the criticism of J6 is not because it was a protest; it was because they were trying to overthrow an election. So,
my God! For God's sake!
You are full of propaganda, my dude.
It's not because it's a protest. It's because they were trying to overthrow the government. So that's why they're traitors, not like the founding fathers, who were white men who wanted an exclusively white country
Christians and protect oligarchic rights at all costs from the King of England. So that's why, you know, every American who supports J6 is a traitor, not like those glorious founding fathers.
No,
My
as I
God,
say,
Gareth,
I'm
seriously,
all in
like
favor
you need to stop
of
calling
overthrowing
yourself a
governments.
Marxist. Marx is churning in his grave. You could power the entire city of London by just
How would
connecting
you
some
know?
wires
You
to
don't
his
know
grave every
anything
time
that
he
Marx ever
hears you
said.
speak. You are the poster child of a post-capitalist containment
Yes,
left.
thank you. Is this just going to be Gabriel's diss track session or what?
So anyway, another super chat. This
Jesus.
time around is from Rumble. But Rumble don't have integration, so you know I have to manual copy and paste. So by Beto Sida, he said, guys, stop using YouTube for super chat because they don't like DPAs. So let's Rumble for it. Thanks. Yeah, I mean,
totally
you guys
agree
can
with
also
that. I think
join
it should
Rumble if
move
you
to
guys like to use
Or
it.
send them a donation through Patreon or something. But you know,
post that link
obviously
there,
YouTube's not friendly.
But I think it's a good idea to double stream on the main channel until we got monetization on the new channel though. So that the super chat can still come in to help the fund. Like no, I think yeah, the super chatters on the main channel is like helping to fund this episode. So yeah, thanks for the help.
I just want to say for the record, I only support legal international businesses.
John?
I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
John?
Yeah, I just want to say, like Nika was talking about, it's a mentality. Well, duh. Of course, when you have a homogenous society, both, you know, politically, racially, religiously, linguistically, yeah, you're not going to have conflict. It's only when you have a diverse society that you have conflict. So,
John,
no shit.
sorry, I will give you the Swiss example. I gave the Swiss
No,
example on
Nika,
point.
it's my turn, Nika. It's my turn. So you could take like Switzerland, for example. It's a very tiny country. So like trying to compare Switzerland to the United States, it's ridiculous. I mean, I could spit from one side of Switzerland to the other. It takes me fucking 4 days to drive from one end of the United States to the other at full fucking speed. You know, and Vaughn can back me up on that. And there's going to be different laws and as I travel from one state to the other, each one is going to be different. And they're going to have a different laws, different ethnic groups in each one. Like, because I know Upgrade's been to the United States, so he knows about this. Like, he's been to Wyoming, he's been to Kansas, he's been in Nebraska, he's been to Florida, he's been to California. So he knows how all these places are just the same, right? No, they're not. They're very, very different. And because of that difference, by definition, difference is conflict. That's been a truism. It's been an axiom of civilization, and it always has been and always will be. You look what happened in the UK just yesterday. You see that when you had the people that were feeling like, you know, and Garrett could speak to this. There was, I don't know, like they said it was 100,000 people. Well, I saw the drone footage. It was a hell of a lot more than that. That were out there on the streets, and they were saying, no more. We don't want this. We don't want diversity. Diversity, by definition, leads to conflict.
Well, you asked for it. You asked for it, the diversity, when you invaded other countries. Britain are the one who invaded India, who are invaded Africa, Canada, America, Australia, and then they would be surprised if people come to their country. You promoted the beloved England society. Of course, people.
No. I think there's a difference between invading and then inviting the people that you invaded into your own.
No,
you invade a country. You go there to conquer the. No. This is he's talking about my point that
there's consequences.
When you go to a country, you invade them. Right. So the consequences are
you tear up your own country.
The consequences are murder and death.
No, so, yes, that's just a fucking lie.
Yes, to your own people too.
Murder and death.
That's
happening. That's what you're saying then.
The murder and death is coming from these fascist scumbags.
If they come into England, then now you will have division. You will have conflict. You will have chaos.
I think
the more diverse you have a country religiously, Islam and Christianity are not compatible religions.
No, that's false. Egypt.
Yes, it is.
That's a illiterate way of thinking.
I'm very literate.
Because,
I'm probably the only non-Muslim here that's actually read the fucking Quran cover to cover and the Bible.
Because Egypt now, for example, have 10% of its population, Christian population. They live there for 1,400 years. In Tunisia, in North Africa, we have Jewish and Christian communities lived there for tens of hundreds of years. We didn't have any issue. We didn't massacre each other. We didn't kill the Jews here. They left to Israel, by the way. That's the issue. Jews and Christians.
Yes, that's quite correct. What John is saying is just plain historically false.
Nika, no, it's not historically false. It's historically accurate.
It's about
and if you want to like take an example of diversity.
No, it really isn't.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. Diversity diversity leads to chaos. That's a truism. I mean, Wyatt one time talked about Singapore. About one of the things that the government does in Singapore is they very carefully manage. They have like a semi-diverse population, and they're very careful on their immigration policies. Wyatt could probably expound on this. Is how they let in people to try to keep that balance. So it never gets too.
How many ethnicity you have? Wyatt?
Any one group coming in. So
how many
other
ethnicity
groups
you have?
feel like
Wyatt?
they're being displaced or superseded by the other. Isn't that true, Wyatt?
How ethnicity you have, Wyatt?
There's quite a number of ethnicity. The Chinese are the most. The around 65 now. I think 65%. Used to be like 70. So now then we have the bigger. Then the next will be Malays and the Indians. So and then we have Eurasians. But now I think this is the four main ethnic group in Singapore. But of course, if you break down the Malays, actually there's actually Javanese, like there's a lot of actually sub-ethnic group that's coming from the Malaya Peninsula. So it's not super accurate. Then Chinese also, of course, we have a lot of different from different provinces. But now because of the modern age, a lot of people they marry out foreigners. And then there's a lot of immigrants coming to Singapore. It's really complex now. I don't even know what is the actual numbers right now. But yes, the government seems to quietly balance the ratio.
Yeah.
But it's causing social problems when they do that as well. Because even Chinese from China is a different kind of Chinese,
But they are distinct, There is cultural distinct, multicultural distinct population, and you are not killing each other in the street. That's what I mean.
We used to kill each other in the streets.
No, now. I mean, no, but you learn.
No, this year not. Oh, Nika, this year not.
But you learn to live together.
We are forced to live together.
Yeah. But it is possible.
So I can tell you some simple breakdown of the history is that Singapore was under Lee Kuan Yew was pushing for Malaysia because we were part of Malaysia as a federation, and then Malaysia means all the ethnic groups are the same level. Malaysia wants Malaysia, so they want the indigenous people to have more privileges because they felt that they are getting disadvantaged over during the colony days. So that was the differences. And Singapore, under Lee Kuan Yew is very powerful, and then and he's leading this Malaysia very successfully. So they decided to just kick us out, and the Lee Kuan Yew side, the Singapore side also agreed that this is untenable because what if we don't leave? What's coming next will be ethnic strife. We will start to have some kind of a civil war or racial tension. That's why Singapore left. Because before that, we already have some racial tension. There was a riots. The Malays and the Chinese kill each other. So in Singapore, we have policies that because we are mostly living in government housing. So all the government housing have specific ratio of Chinese and non-Chinese. That this ratio must be kept. So like 70%, 30%. So 30% of the people living in a single government housing block must be non-Chinese.
So it's the opposite what John say. It's when you
it's by government policy. Yeah, so because we've seen what happened in United States, we've seen what happened in other countries. We know you have to do social engineering to make it work. In the UK, they do it differently. In the UK, they let them have enclave, which is what actually Singapore used to be. Singapore actually used to have like Malay enclave, Chinese enclave, all over Singapore.
That's what John wants.
People don't mix, you see. Yeah,
that's what John wants. So, John don't want any mingling between people, because if I were living in for example, if my neighbor is a black and the other neighbor is Asian, I will understand more. I will see them as a human. But if they are living in other city, I will see them as foreigners, as enemies. Can you read the?
I will also add one more point is that something about Singapore special is that we have national service, we have like conscription. Wait, I say finish first. So there's conscription. So because of the conscription, everybody have to serve in the military, and that forces people, not just different races, but from different economic stratas, like the rich and the poor, everything. They are forced to come together to
forced assimilation.
Yeah. To know each other and then build this unique identity, which is very Singaporean.
Are they suppressing anyone to do their, like, for example, to be their own culture, to practice their own, like,
force anyone? Only the Muslims. So the Muslim, there's this organization, is government linked, that is in charge of the Muslims, right? They often put passive pressure on the Malays, or the Muslims to not convert out of Islam. So that's what I heard. Because Islam is a very unique religion on its own. They have a lot of these controls and unique laws, and
there's laws,
and they put pressure on the people who want to leave Islam. Although they cannot force them. They can only like put some pressure on them. That's the only one that is. If not, the government don't force on anything. In fact, the government prevents domination by any culture or religion.
You see, there is two examples of multicultural countries, and one is.
Let me read the super chat because I felt like you're gonna say it quite some time. So sorry, Gareth. Tristan said Gareth reductively referring to everyone you disagree as fascists, Turks, and Nazis is a good way to get moderate people to agree with them. Agree with the term.
My point is,
and then one more in the immortal words of the philosopher poet Marshall Mathers, I am whatever you say I am. I wasn't then.
Yeah.
Why would I say
Eminem, baby, Eminem.
This is too deep for me.
Anti-Trump. So why I just conclude what I was going to say. You have, for example, two examples of two multi-ethnic,
we can't see you. Am I the only one who can't see him?
Why do you need to see me? Why you?
Because everybody doesn't show their face.
Busy peeing, but we don't.
I cannot. I cannot
he has
now.
to pee. Okay.
Yeah, then super chat anyway. Then by Beto Sida.
You have a Dixie toilet. You have a Dixie
anyway,
toilet.
You love my face.
Anyway, is the killer an immigrant extremist lefty tranny with blue hair? I don't think he is. I think the boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever you want to gender that person, is also have black or brown hair.
Yeah,
but I think some in their community they have
blue paint.
So I wanted to say we have two examples of two countries with difficult cultures and different like ethnic groups. One is working together, found a way to work together, and one is in chaos. Why? Because the political leadership, the first one, the political leadership is trying to unite them, is trying to prevent the issue. The other is using that tensions, is increasing that tension to control everyone, to stay on power.
The lefties already there. The lefties use it if it's not organically existing.
It doesn't make sense.
I think the point that Wyatt was trying to make is that the government knows that this, because of the history.
It is what it is. It is what it is. It's not a unified country. You cannot like make black non-American. You cannot.
No, I'm not saying you can.
Chinese.
But I'm saying
you cannot make
agree.
Chinese non-American now.
The tension is always there. That's the point. The tension is always there.
But American blacks and American Chinese are there for tens of hundreds of years.
Tens of hundreds of years.
Tens of years or hundreds of years. I mean, separately, not tens of hundreds.
Super chat from from Rumble, by Vibe Life stuff. Let's all flood DPA with Rumble rants, so Wyatt is forced to integrate it into Streamyard and let everyone migrate over. Actually, it's not up to me to integrate, but yeah. But I think over time they will integrate the Rumble to Streamyard. I got a feeling that will be the case. And Chinese were so I just answered what Nika said. The Chinese were here in the Malaysian Peninsula for at least a few hundred years. So, but it's different waves. So there was like the early wave. Then after that, you have the Ming Fleet wave. The Ming Fleet is the giant treasure fleet that went to Africa. So that was another wave. I think that wave was created this unique ethnic group called the Peranakans, which is the Chinese Malay mix. So they are Chinese culture, but they speak all Malay, and they look Chinese, and their Malays are really good, and they're very rich, but culturally Ming Chinese is like the ancient Chinese culture. Then after that, there's other waves coming because of the civil wars, the wars and whatnot. So every war and famine and whatnot, there's a new wave of people come. So then it comes from different provinces. So end up you have a different era, you have different group of Chinese speaking different dialect coming to the region. It's very interesting. So yeah, I don't know who is next. So Nika, choose.
That's me. Yeah, I said it's upgrade. I was before you, but I'm not going to be long. And then it's you upgrade, and then it's Voin, and then it's somebody else.
I said
after Voin, because Voin is also has cramps in his fingers. But then,
I really forgot Voin is here, man.
Yeah, no, yeah. Oh, so sad.
Who was the first here?
Did it?
I think Vojan.
No,
I don't know. I said Vojan.
Yeah, otherwise after me, Voin, to be fair. But I want really to reply to Garrett before it's going to be too late to say it. Extremes are always bad. Is it left or right? It doesn't matter. Extremes are dangerous and bad. So you can refer to me all examples of extreme right, but you don't even talk about extreme left. That's very sad. Give the examples of both. They are all both bad. Extremes are dangerous.
But you didn't show any examples of the right, did you? That's hypocrisy.
Let me speak. Extremes are bad. Always. Kirk was not an extremist. Not at all.
Yes, he definitely was.
No.
Let Vojan speak. Let Vojan speak.
Wait.
I gave the
Nika, you spoke already for 24 hours. So
I'm saying let Vojan speak.
I'm going to give him after me and then upgrade.
So we will stay for 30 minutes.
About countries like UK or other countries, immigration is you're coming in a country as a guest, and you need to respect the rules and the way of living of a country. What's happening also in the UK, that people are like canceling other peoples that are living and born in the United Kingdom, for example. The citizens of United Kingdoms losing more and more rights. They'd have nothing to say anymore. And people getting sick and tired of all the shit that's happening in their beautiful country, made by their grandparents and ancestors.
Don't tell me what's going on in my own country.
Stop interrupting. People getting sick. If you're going to a demonstration in the United Kingdom of Muslims and you're coming as like a douchebag, want to play a smart guy, and you have a pamphlet in your hand that's saying, I love pork, you're going to be arrested for that. For that stupid pamphlet. You're going to be arrested to say, I love pork. I love pork. I am not Muslim, so I have the right to eat pork.
Everybody loves bacon. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, bacon is so good to eat. But then
this is a lie, of course.
That far that for the most stupid things, you're going to be arrested. And for the severe things that's happening by people that are guests of the country, that are destroying the country, nothing happens. Nothing happens.
What about that? What about that
lie? Just outright
Shut
lie.
up. You are political, and there's a problem for other countries also, or too left, and these left are also not good as to have two rights. Know what I mean? It's too dangerous. Do you want to have a civil war in the United Kingdom? I think the message of yesterday was very clear. People are sick and tired of it. And you're not speaking about 100,000 people. Much more. It's very sad. I want to have peace also. And my country is the same. Go to Brussels. It's a hellhole. Because of immigration, people without papers that are dealing drugs, putting criminality and all that shit. They are not respecting our values also. We need to do what they want to do. They need to stop. No, they need to stop. It needs to stop. You are a guest in our country. You respect our rules and our way of living. If you not agree with that, just fuck the hell out of there and go back to your country. That's so easy. And that is also what Trump was saying about all these immigrants that came into the United States and putting hell in the country. It went too far. It went too far. Everybody is welcome. If you do it in the correct way, you are welcome. If you do it legally, you are welcome. But not if you want to burn all the shit off and creating hell and problems. That's not how democracy is working. And people don't understand that. And that is a big problem we are right now in. Point.
Upgrade. Is your point as long as the others?
I don't think so, but go on, because you were before me, so I will give you the floor. Please go on.
Thank you very much. My point is not very long anyway. I have seen that you have discussed this Charlie Kirk thing mostly, and I have basically just one thing to add. I didn't know the guy before the association. I have maybe seen him once or twice, but I have looked into it, and I have seen that he's basically a guy who does, well, has an opinion, mostly a conservative opinion. I don't agree with everything that he said, but I have seen that he stood his ground in discussions, open to discuss his points in front of big publics with the opposite side. And this is, I think, a good thing. He's a man who stood his ground, stood for his opinion. And in reality, this is something that I think America needs, whether his opinions were the right ones or the wrong ones. I think this was a good man, and I salute to the man. I'm not an American, so I don't really care about that, but I salute to the man, you know. So I will have a cigar in his name, and I will drink. I'm not saying that I'm drinking beer, okay? Cheerio.
Happy.
Yeah, good one, Wojin. I think most of the people feel that way, like what you said. And I wanted to add on what John said. Don't spit on Switzerland. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's a very small country. Yeah, we can go from one side to the other in 4 hours by car. So it's very, very small. But to add on,
I can't drive from one side of my state to the other in 4 hours. I'm not kidding.
Imagine how small it is. So yeah,
if you iron it, it's a huge country.
You have low speed limits, John. You have
on the mountains, right?
You have low speed limits.
What Mr. Lambo said, right? If we all the time when we disagree with somebody, just name calling them, you know, it's not a solution. You know, it's not gonna go deep down in a philosophical or even a fruitful conversation, because if we just treat each other like normal human beings, and we can have disagreement and we can talk to each other, everything will be fine. You know, it doesn't matter if like 20 years ago when I was in school, you know, nobody cared about politics, but now you have kids who care about politics all the time. They talk about it like they know everything, like they already here 80 years on the planet Earth, but they don't know shit, you know, and they think that because some guy said it to him or some professor or whatever, that's the truth of the entire planet Earth, and it's not the case, you know. And I think we should everybody put a little bit of water in our wine, you know, or whatever it's called. I don't remember the exact term, but
water in the wine is correct.
You know what I mean.
What should I do?
No, that's
good. You drink water. You drink water because it's haram. You know, you drink water like good Muslim.
Yeah, be a good guy.
By the way, I love beacon, but halal. I love beacon, but halal. There is halal beacon, by the way.
There is halal beacon. Yes, it's true.
Yeah, with
you see.
Yep.
Very good. But
I love it.
Said about to take back what you said, Nika, about Switzerland. We have
sorry. Upgrade one small comment. By the way, you can buy beacon in Tunisia. If you have a card said I love beacon in Tunisia, no one will even look to you.
That is the point.
I'm telling you.
That is the point.
We are Muslim Arab country, and we will not be offended.
Exactly. That is the point. 100%.
People did it in Arab countries. People did it, the punkard, and nothing happened to them. It's just the political upgrade. Go. I will go into
No, but I agree with Nika, because the whole point is you're not supposed to eat, right? You're not supposed to eat. Nobody say that you're not supposed to look at it. You know, it's like it's a perversion of the religion. Yeah, sorry.
Just to finish off what I wanted to say just real quick, and then I will give it to Gareth because he was holding his finger. like example is Switzerland, right? You said okay, it's not comparable to America. I agree with you because you're much bigger, you have much more people. But in our country, we have even different languages. We have different, rules in different, places. Like you have a little bit. So to just say that just because population is smaller doesn't means that we cannot compare. Yes, I agree with some points, but also you can make a counter argument to that.
You had civil wars in small countries too, by the way.
Yes, we had civil wars in Switzerland. We attacked other cantons to actually get the country which we have right now. And yeah, it's just for me personally, I don't agree with that point, but maybe John will disagree with me. Gareth, go on because you were first.
Thank you. So first of all, I want to talk about this argument about integration, which is a similar point that was just being made. South Africa, for example, throughout its history has had immigration from many places: Chinese, Indian, Portuguese.
Put your mic a little closer to your mouth, please. I'm not being a dick. I'm serious.
Okay, is that better?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. French Huguenots, etc., etc. None of those so-called divisions ever caused any problem. What caused the problem was white racists imposing apartheid. And they have to oppose apartheid by law because humans naturally integrate. This claim that humans are naturally divided is complete bunk. It's created artificially. Nika is quite right that when you have neighbors, you learn to recognize them and you are less influenced by stereotypes. It's been shown over again that it's the places with the most immigration that have the least concern about immigration. There was an unwittingly revealing remark on the British TV a little while ago where somebody said you had to get out of London to feel the strength of opinion about migration. Yes, exactly. You have to get away from the place where there is the most migration to find these weirdos who are completely hopped up about it. Basically, everything Lambo said is about Britain is a completely dishonest lie. It's completely fake. It's total nonsense. These people
weird?
Just cry
Why are
victim
people
all the time.
weird who are not living in cities? Why are they weird? They're also part of the country. They also have a voice.
They're not weird for not living in cities.
And the people in the cities are not weird.
But
you can turn it around.
Let him
I'm saying these people are making up a concern that doesn't exist. Okay. I also wanted to mention that specifically in the case of Britain, Britain did actually specifically invite people to come to this country after the Second World War. There was a great need for manpower, and they went out to the Caribbean and other places and actively called for the people of the British Grand Empire to come to Britain. So how are they not British? They were literally invited here, but they will still be treated as if they're foreigners. Okay. Finally, no, not finally. I want to object to Lambert's argument that extremists are always bad. That is untrue. If you are, for example, careening toward a wall, then it is logical to make an extreme turn of the wheel rather than a moderate one. There are certainly circumstances in which the extreme response is the correct one. Moreover, if you hark to the middle, then you end up being dragged around by the two ends. You've sacrificed your own independence, and you will now be dragged around by whatever is popularly considered the middle. And Bill Maher is a great example of that. And finally, on the topic about me calling everybody fascist, Voin says that he thinks that Kirk is a conservative. So I want to ask generally, is it a conservative view that there is a conspiracy to replace white people? Because if somebody told me that they were a conservative, I would not assume that.
I would say it's a Democrat view. I've seen Democrats say it.
No, it's literally there's literally a UN white paper, right?
It's not
called
just about
the
white
replacement migration.
Yeah.
There's literally like this is a thing from like about 2004.
Hold on, Archimedes, please, because I've been trying to I had my finger up for long before you even got in here. So yeah, so when it's not strictly just a racial thing, it just happens to be that those people immigrating to the United States tend to be non-white. Now this has happened before in the United States, like with the Irish and whatever.
This is not the point.
So, no, let me finish my point because you sincerely were asking the question. So yes, so by the great replacement, like you could say it's a racist, racial thing, but it's a secondary component. It's about the gimme that's, right? So it basically is about buying votes. So you bring in people to the country, and you say, okay, we'll let you vote. and you're buying votes. You say, well, I'll promise if you vote for me, we'll give you free this or free housing or free whatever or whatever. That's basically it. So that's
made up nonsense.
Tammany Hall type shit, right? I mean, well, this is, John, you could be talking about 1910s New York, right?
Please, hold on.
No, I'm just supporting your point. I'm saying this Tammany Hall stuff, right? This has been going on a long time.
Yeah. The Irish and Tammany Hall, same fucking thing.
But the claim is that it's been done for political benefit. Is the specific?
Yeah, well, it's not for political benefit for the party that's. Well, yeah, of course, everything is for political benefit. Duh. You of all people.
So you think that the Democrats are importing a large number of Catholics who oppose abortion in order to procure votes?
No, wait, say that again.
Fucking idiotic, stupid theory.
I never said that.
And
no, I was talking about I just said no during the late 1850s and the 1860s in the United States. There were certain groups in the United States that were in favor. Like there was a war over it. I mean, New York City was shut down for 3. Anyway, I'm not going to get into the whole history of the United States and our immigration policy. It's too big of a topic right here and now. But I will say, as far as extremism always being wrong, I would agree with you on that. I believe there are times that we have to be extremists. I think that's absolutely true. I think the difference between Garrett and most people on here is Garrett wants civil war. You honestly believe that you will never, like Garrett, for example, you don't believe, like there's no political party that holds any seats in parliament that Garrett supports. Garrett honestly believes that the only way that there will be any change, at least the change that he sees that is good, is through violence. Yes, Garrett?
No, not necessarily.
Well, not necessarily. Well, I mean, in practicality, I'm sure there's like some bizarre circumstance where Martians could come down or whatever. But I mean,
no. We just had a good example in Nepal. There was very little violence.
What, they burnt the fucking palace down and they killed the fucking.
Hey Garrett, I just have a quick question for you.
That's what Garrett.
I just have a quick question.
It's not a civil war, is it?
In Nepal, the Martians did come down because this was organized from the top down. By globalist organizations, right?
Right, so, but anyway, Garrett, for example, Garrett is a proponent of political violence or violence in general if it suits his political means. He said this to me.
That's a misstatement of my views.
You said you are a supporter of violence.
Yes,
yeah.
Of course I am.
Yes.
I have said that.
You believe that
but that's different. As I've just pointed out, that's not an advocacy for civil war.
Violence, including up to murder on a large scale, is not a bad thing.
I didn't say it's not a bad.
Well, it's not. He's right about that. Why are you mad about this opinion?
I'm not.
That's a correct opinion.
Are we all pacifists now?
No, I'm not. I'm just getting clear. Well, no, because there are some people, like for example, Upgrade, that specifically is. I don't know if he's a quote unquote pacifist, but he certainly disagrees with your the things that you believe that are acceptable for political change. Upgrade is diametrically opposed to that point of view, and so are probably the majority of people listening. I don't know. I can't speak.
I would expect so. Yes.
Guess. So, but you believe that's totally okay. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay,
you honestly
means like
me too.
Okay, well, I've never shied away from saying that. Yes, I think that revolution is the engine of history, and that's what changes things. That it is necessarily a violent process, and even when it is non-violent, you have to be able to demonstrate a credible threat anyway. So certainly, yes, I'm in favor of that.
You're 100% right on this, Gareth. You're 100% right on this.
I'm behind Gareth on that as well, because that's how United States become independent, right? Because it's a rebellion. So I just want to add about the replacement theory thing as well. That the JS was talking about just now. Is that Singapore literally is that replacement. In our history, we are the why the Chinese is 70%. We literally replaced the population of the locals. The locals were supposed to be Malays, but we have so many immigrants coming in to the point where we outnumbered the locals. So it's not just Chinese, it's also Indians. It's just that when India gotten independence, a lot of the Indians returned to India. If not, then the Indians and the Chinese actually have equal population. So we have a lot of Indian and Chinese. Like I think it's like 40-40, and then 20% was the locals. So the replacement theory can actually happen in real life. Then at the same time, the getting immigrants in to get votes is also possible, because in Singapore we have this theory as well. These political theories that we haven't.
Don't interrupt the commander.
So we have a lot of new citizens coming into Singapore, and then even local Singaporeans that we are always saying that the new citizens 100% is going to vote for the ruling party, and we view this mass immigration into Singapore also very skeptically, because we feel like sometimes they are bringing in people that we don't think is qualified to be Singaporeans, but they are getting the citizenships. So this is even in Singapore where we are largely very boring. When it comes to politics,
you
like,
mean you don't shoot people at like college campuses?
Yeah,
really?
yeah,
No? That doesn't happen?
I mean, you say a bit wrong thing, then you'll get arrested for trying to stir up racial tensions. No, we are not supposed to talk controversial stuff about race and religion. So it's like you will find myself, I would never talk controversial things about my opinions about certain race or religion as well. So because I have to adhere to my own laws. You guys can say whatever you want, but
you'll be hanged.
No, I won't be hanged. But I would just get coffee session with with the police, and I'm not interested in that. And I also want to tell the people that's watching one more thing before Archimedes go. The people watching now on the Open Mic archive channel, which is the original Open Mic channel, I gotta turn off the stream once Archimedes finish his point. So you guys click the link at the pin to join the new Open Mic channel. So I give warning. So please click the link. And for those that are watching on TV, you cannot find you cannot click the link because you don't have a mouse. Go to the search and find DPA Open Mic new. Then you will be able to find the new channel. It's the red logo. So I will turn off the stream for that one. The main channel will continue because the main channel will help to fund the Open Mic channel through super chats. So thank you, Archimedes.
Yeah, I think Singapore is an interesting point because on the notion that people integrate with their neighbors, well, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, right? Sometimes there's also the phenomenon of self-segregation, of preference cascades, where a population moves away from a new population, and then more and more of them move away, and sooner or later it becomes self-segregated. But then there's also the notion of integration that happens as well, and and I think that's how ethnogenesis happens: is when different people live together and they mix together and they form a new ethnicity, right? However, generally speaking, I would say in order for that to happen, it requires a strong leader who gives a unified vision to both groups of people that they can both participate in and both be members of, and thereby see themselves and their progeny going into the future as partners with their neighbors, even if their pasts might have been different. Singapore had that with Lee Kuan Yew, a strong leader who defined a real identity for Singapore that would endure into the future, that people could participate in, whether they were Chinese or Malay or Indian. So it really matters what the attitude that the state takes. That's what I wanted to say on that particular topic. And let me just read the room here. Are we interested in talking? I have some thoughts about the Charlie Kirk assassination.
Yeah, no, it's yours, Archimedes. Go ahead.
Yeah,
you can share your views. You can share your views.
Does anybody else want to say anything on the previous topic, or should we close that? Okay,
Charlie Kirk, so no problem.
So a lot of information is coming out in drips and drabs, right? It's confusing. Who's the shooter? Who are they associated with? Yada yada yada. I mean, this is interesting from academically, but I don't think it's really materially important who the shooter was. Okay, and I say that because people get murdered every day, right? They don't. The issue with the shooting is not that somebody pulled a trigger that fired a bullet that went into another man's neck, and that's the heinous crime. I mean, it's a heinous crime, but it happens every day. Okay. The thing that's interesting, that's worth talking about, that's actually significant about this, and not to say that it's not worth talking about who the shooter is. I mean, it's interesting, sure, but the thing that really matters is the social, cultural, political fallout of this event. Because the thing that was interesting about Charlie Kirk is not that he is a human that has a heart and a wife and a child. That's a tragedy. But the thing that's interesting about Charlie Kirk is his social, cultural, political significance. Okay. So I fear that this is, I don't even know if fear is the right word. I kind of hope, to be honest, that this is the beginning of sort of the years of lead in the United States. That this is a new step. This is a breaking of the taboo, a shooting of a non-politician, right? when you shoot a politician, it's obviously wrong, but it's kind of an occupational hazard, right? A politician is in the real halls of power. They're dealing with real power. You might make some powerful enemies. You might end up, it's similar to a soldier dying in a war versus a civilian. It's obviously morally worse when a civilian dies because the soldier didn't sign up, right? Or the soldier signed up for it in some sense. Not to say that it's good to shoot politicians. I'm just saying that it's a different thing when we've opened up the realm of now the shooting victims are the victims of assassination are just political pundits, not even politicians. I think this is a new step towards something horrible. And I worry that the rhetoric, that the feeling on either on the side that is opposed to Charlie Kirk is that he deserved it, and I feel that same type of rhetoric is what the right would say if a left-wing pundit would die, and perhaps we are going to see left-wing pundits die, and right-wing pundits die, and left-wing pundits die, and we're going to see gloating from either side. I worry that this is the kind of path that we're headed down. One thing that's been bothering me, and this is the last point I'll make, I see a lot of people immediately respond to the shooting of Charlie Kirk by posting a particular quote from 2023, from 2 years ago, where Charlie Kirk stated that some number of deaths is an acceptable cost that is going to have to be taken, in order for the Second Amendment to continue to exist. And the thing is, that sounds like a bit of a heartless statement, but if you were to apply that to highway driving, it would be a completely reasonable statement, right? Of course, some level of deaths on the highway are acceptable in order for us to have highways. So we value highways at a certain amount. There are going to be deaths. That doesn't mean that we tear down all the highways. Maybe if there's too many deaths, we might want to look at tearing down the highways, right? So it becomes a numbers game, and it's a bit harsh, but it is a reasonable enough political position. The point is this. By responding to the political assassination of Charlie Kirk by saying, look, 2 years ago, here's a quote where he said that some level of gun deaths are okay, what you're saying is that he deserved to die because he held this opinion. What you're saying is that those people who held this opinion are murderers. Now, what's the inverse of this situation, right? Suppose that Jon Stewart had been shot in the neck, okay, a left-wing person. From the left-wing perspective, okay, if I'm going to put myself in the left-wing shoes, right? When right-wingers are supporters of gun rights, that makes them murderers to some persuasion of lefties. They literally think that right-wingers are accomplices to murder because they support gun rights, while the right-wingers have a different view on that position. They see themselves as, they see that has nothing to do with murder. The converse issue on the other side of the fence would be abortion, where left-wingers see abortion as a reasonable position that isn't murder. Right-wingers see abortion as being a murderous thing, okay? And there's obviously a difference of opinion there, where one side thinks of the other side as murderers because of this political opinion. The other side doesn't see themselves as such.
Well,
and
think
that's
about this.
Precisely the difference.
People shoot abortion doctors because that's
okay. So
let him finish.
Right. Well, let me just. I'm trying to make let me finish the point here, which is that the inverse would be if Jon Stewart had been shot, and my immediate response was, "Here, look at this quote from 2 years ago, where Jon Stewart said that it was okay to kill babies." That would be me saying, Jon Stewart is a murderer in my frame of what makes people murderers. He's not a murderer in your frame of what makes people murderers, right? Because it's, but by definition, a politically contentious issue. And by posting that quote the day that he dies of a political assassination, I'm saying that my frame that you people are murderers justifies your deaths, right? This is the message that is being sent by the constant posting of this particular position on that Charlie Kirk held on guns. So in conclusion, I think that we've reached a point now where a significant portion of the left is saying that right-wingers deserve death because they are murderers, because they support gun rights. And I wonder if we're going to see a similar thing happen when the shoe is on the other foot. And it'll be just as justified as or as unjustified as this is. So again, I think we're in for American years of lead.
One
That's the end of my point.
One question. I want to ask a question to Archimedes. Did you? Okay, who have good English to read the?
That's not a super chat, Amen.